Absolutely Talks, empowering talent for global careers. Brought to you by Absolutely French, presented by Armel Pervin.
Hop là. Bon. Hello everyone. My name is Armel Perben. I'm the founder of Absolutely French. And I'm very happy to welcome you today and to welcome Ludivine Requena. So Ludivine is the Global Mobility Manager of Carrefour, of the group Carrefour. Mm-hmm. And I have some question for you first to know you better, okay?
Okay.
So we will try to do it quickly. Alors, so today we are going to speak about human-centric global mobility, supporting expatriates and their families for successful relocation.
Yeah.
Because I really think that you are a human, very human person. Alors, the first question is, how many expats do you manage each year?
Well, first of all, hello everyone. And thank you, Armel, for inviting me today. I'm really happy to be here. Well, how many expats I manage? Around 17 expats.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a huge amount compared to the size of Carrefour Group, but we have a lot of movement, around 40 movement per year.
Okay.
So it's a lot compared to finally a small number of expatriates for the group.
Yeah, exactly. In how many countries in your company active is your company active in international mobility?
We are based on 8 countries.
Okay.
Again, it seems to not to be very a big amount of a country, but in reality, Carrefour is present in a lot of countries through the world, but around the world. Sorry, but the main country where we have expatriates are just eight countries.
Yeah. Okay. And what is the dominant profile of your expats? Do they have alone or families?
Mainly we have expatriates married with 2 children.
Okay, very precise.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Okay. And how long is the average duration?
Well, currently it's more or less 2 or 3 years. So
okay.
it's the reason why we have a lot of movement. Before I've joined Carrefour, the duration of an expatriation was very long, longer than currently.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Is international mobility mainly initiated for talent development, specific operation needs, or requests from expats themselves?
Again, it's generally it's the expatriation is linked to business needs and talent development needs.
Okay.
Sometimes when an employee asks for a mobility, it could happen. In that case, because it came from the employee and not from the organization. We could accept this mobility, but not under the international mobility policy. So we for sure we support the movement of the employee in that case, but we don't apply all the benefits as we can do it for an expatriation due to business need or talent management need.
Okay, I understand. Do you already use digital tools like AI to manage mobility?
In fact, we have specific tools to manage the mobilities. We are thinking about new tools, but not only for international mobility aspect, but for all the human resources of the group. but it's a project currently.
Good. What percentage of expats you manage are families? So you told us already. So it's
I don't have the exact number, but I need to check. But it's around 30 or 40% of our expatriates.
Okay. Have you ever sent expats to a country considered an unusual destination?
Not really
Not
within
really.
Carrefour Group.
Yeah, it's
Not
more
really.
big cities and
Yeah. We are mainly located in South of America, in Argentina and Buenos Aires, and mainly in Europe. So it's not
okay.
so
Yeah.
complicated, and the no, it's not so complicated.
Okay. Alors, if international mobility were a drink, which one would it be?
Champagne.
Why? Because it's festive.
It's festive. It's because in my mind, champagne is a cup of champagne is a way to the better way to share with people ideas, joy, etc. So yes, champagne.
Okay. What is the most unusual item an expat has ever tried to pack for the move?
Not within Carrefour, but in the past, previous company I work with, a horse.
Okay.
An expat asked for moving his horse from Italy, and at the end it was accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. A big item.
Yeah, big item. No, but seriously, no. Currently, we as we talk about it before on, we have to take care of the family situation of our expatriate, and sometimes they raise us some particularity we have to manage. We have to understand first, listening, listen, understand, and manage. How can, in the limit of what we can do?
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Ludivine. So I just have a small word about what we do in Absolutely French. So as you know, expatriation is a critical part of global mobility strategies for many companies. And yet it often comes with significant challenges. Research shows that one of the top reasons for expatriation failure, which can cost up to 1 million per failed assignment, is the lack of integration of a spouse or family members in the host country. This is why at Absolutely French focus on empowering expat families to thrive abroad, especially expat partner, through tailored French language courses, immersive cultural experiences, and a vibrant network of like-minded individuals. We ensure that expat spouses feel at home and connected here in France. Our mission is clear. We're to help companies like yours attract and retain top global talent by providing meaningful support to dual career expat couples. And in 2025, we have a new online training to help expat partners prepare their mobility using AI. So it's a very good, a very big challenge for us because it's new. But I'm very happy to start this project. The name is Absolutely Ahead. It's a 4 weeks program, and it will put all. I will put all information in the comments. It's really to help every mobility to be prepared and to help expat spouses develop their career abroad. And if you are prepared before, you save time. So it's really easier for you to develop everything before, after, I mean. So I'm really thrilled to welcome Ludivine Requena today. whose innovative and human-centric approach has set a benchmark in global mobility. So Ludivine is really well known in Paris for what she does here. So Carrefour's strategy includes personalized interviews with expat spouses,
Yeah.
addressing their unique needs and concern to ensure a smoother transition for the entire family. So thank you, Ludivine, to be here.
Thank you.
So we'd already started a little bit, but could you introduce yourself, please?
Well, I'm the international mobility manager for Carrefour. I've joined Carrefour in 2018, if I'm correct. Yes, more than 6 years ago. Well, I'm a specialist or expert of the international mobility aspect. And in the past, I work in companies like, oil and gas company, automotive company, engineering company. And it's the first experience I have in the retail, in a retail company. So it's very interesting. But what can I say is that I saw during the 20 years, during 20 years, the evolution of the international mobility matters, specifically concerning the family. And I think that it's more and more important to take into consideration the spouse and the children for sure, but the spouse, it's very, very important to take care of it, and because it's key in a mobility.
Yeah, I really and I think more and more what we see in Absolutely French is that more and more expat spouses asking for something before leaving. So it's
yeah, and what you say, it's very true. It's really important. Anticipate the mobility and put in place all what we can do before the departure, and particularly concerning the spouse. It's a way to introduce or facilitate the integration before to be in the country. And it's particularly true for the spouse.
Yeah, and to avoid fears, because for a lot of spouses it's very stressful to move.
For sure. So it's the reason why I introduce within Carrefour these interviews with the spouse, in order to avoid all these fears, to answer first, to listen. Again, I think that it's really important to listen to spouse. Their concerns are very, very different from expat or employee expat concern. It's not the level, it's not the same, the subject are not the same. So again, I think it's really important to anticipate the departure and take time to meet with the spouse, listen.
And I have a question. How did you decide to do that, to develop the interview meeting with
I've
spouse?
already done it in the past in my previous company, but not so systematically. Here,
so how do you proceed? Because I think for companies, like people who are listening to us, it's something, how you do it, how you can, because it's private life, so it can be very difficult to.
For sure, it's really important to keep this in mind. I don't want to, I don't know how to say that in English, but to be intrusive, yes, it's private life, but at the same time, as international mobility manager, I talk about some private subjects. So, well, it's part of the package, if I can say that. So first of all, the first meeting I have is with the expatriate himself, because as we know, 80% of expatriate are men. So I meet them first, and during the conversation, I introduce the fact that I would like to, I suggest to meet also the spouse.
Okay, so you ask the expat first.
Yeah, first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And to facilitate my approach, I use the intercultural training. I use the language training, saying, yeah, it could be interesting for your spouse to do so and so. And then I introduce the fact that I would like to have a direct contact, face-to-face interview with appointment with the spouse, to listening her, to be able to answer her questions, and again to avoid the potential fears of the spouse. And most of the time, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you have some expat who said no?
No, they
So you
never
are
said
very,
no.
very,
No,
very good.
no. What happened, to be totally honest, it's not a no, but it's not a yes. So it
Okay.
means that I said, okay, yes, I understand your point. Okay, I will see with my wife and I let you know. But at the end, I've never succeeded to have just one contact with the spouse. So in that case, I respect
Yeah, of
the
course.
decision, the position. Again, I don't want to be intrusive in the life of our expatriates. It's not at all my objective. Again, the objective is just to say, okay, I give you the information. I'm here
Yeah.
for you as an expat, but also for your spouse, because your spouse is key in the mobility.
Yeah, and it's good for the expat also to understand that the spouse is key for the mobility,
For
because
sure.
sometimes they don't know this point.
Yeah.
So it's also, I think, important to tell them that they are important in the success of their expatriation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Very, very interesting to understand how you proceed, and how long is it usually with the spouse? How many?
It depends. It could be just 30 minutes, 1
Okay.
hour maximum. But what I observed is, as soon as I have a first contact, I have regular contact with her.
Okay, yeah. So it's good for after, because if
And
if they have any problem, they will come to you
exactly.
easily.
Exactly. For sure. The first contact is important to communicate all the information to the spouse, all the information that sometimes the expat forgot to share. But it's also important. It's the way to create a link. And after this first contact, if something happened during the mobility, they know I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a contact. I'm also a support for them. So there is no how can I say that? There is no hesitation to contact me.
Yeah.
They have
know you
my
and,
contact details. They can, whatever the way, they can contact me, and they know that I'm also here for them.
Yeah, so it's a good impact for you to have this meeting. Yeah.
For example, we are on January, so Happy New Year's. Happy New Year, everyone! Also,
Yes.
Happy New Year, also, and I'm going to send a specific email to the spouse.
Okay. So you continue. It's not only one shot. It's
No,
then you
it's
continue
regularly, and I would like to.
So you spend a lot of time, no? Is it? It takes
not really
a big part of your
because
job.
because
Or?
I have 17
Yeah. Okay.
expatriates, so
So you
no,
can do
it's
it.
not a lot. I can do it, and it could be just, as I said, some of them, it could be just a short meeting, a short call of 10 minutes, just to say, okay, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Good. That's all.
Yeah.
So no, it's not a lot of time. Nevertheless, I can imagine that for a big organization, we are big, but for a big expatriates population, it could be complicated for international mobility manager to manage that. So maybe sometimes lack of resources in mobility team for sure could restrain, or how can I say that,
Agree.
could make
Yep.
that this not happen.
Yeah, but maybe when you do that, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes with a spouse, then you save time for later, maybe
Yes,
also. Because then you have a
definitely.
link and it's a,
Definitely. It means that in case of issue, I know that the spouse will contact me. And directly.
So it can save expatriation
It
even.
can save expatriation. We can save time at the end. And well, it's my point of view, but I think that if we prepare correctly the expat and his family, particularly the spouse, and if we communicate all the information, and part of this information it's our responsibility as a company. So it's really important to really prepare this expatriation at the beginning, and just a follow up of it's few hours per year in reality. Avoid the issue, eventual potential issue, but also it's my opinion, it's the guarantee of a success of the
I
mobility.
really understand that, and I really totally agree with you, because I was an expat. So I was an expat partner in 7 countries, and I never met the global mobility manager. So, and I was really, really frustrated about that, because for me, I knew how was my impact for the success of expatriation. And I was really frustrated about that. And I missed many services because my husband didn't tell me what I have.
Thinking that probably you don't need this
exactly.
benefit. Well, for sure, you don't need that. But no, it's really important. And in addition to the mobility condition as part of the international mobility policy internally, I think it's important also to sensibilize the expat and the spouse to all the services
we can have if any
externally of the all the services offered by the government of the home country. It could be it's a case from French people, and we have really to keep in mind that it's really important for French people, but also for the other nationality, to be registered to the consular. It's really important for many reasons, and I invite everyone to check this point and to communicate this information to the expatriates and the spouse, but also just to be part of a community. For example, in the host country, it exists a lot of services for the expatriates. So is the reason why it's really important to
share it.
To share it, for sure, definitely.
And I don't know, so you have a question: what are the most valuable insights you've gained from these spouse interviews?
Well, as I said, as the link is created, if something happened during the mobility, I know that the spouse will contact me.
So it's the most important point for you.
Yes.
And did you I don't know, because in Absolutely French we met many spouses, and one day I received one lady, and she came to me and she said she was not really well, and after some time I asked her, so did you you wanted to come, or and she didn't want to come. So, and then I realized why she was like this. So it just, she didn't want to come. So I think it's also important to, it's a good moment to ask if they want to leave, or if
I asked for the question,
yeah
but to be honest, business first.
yeah
So I can't imagine it. It's not the case within Carrefour. All the spoos agree to follow the expat.
Okay.
If it's not the case, very quickly or the mobility doesn't happen,
Okay.
or we stop it. So because we consider that in case of intercontinental mobility, it's not possible to maintain the relationship between the expat and his spouse with I don't know 6,000 kilometers between them. It's not acceptable in that case if unfortunately the spouse doesn't want to move. We accept it, but within Carrefour, all the expats, and I insist on this point during the first meeting, I ask for the question: your spouse agree or not?
Yeah.
And well, it's yes, but it doesn't mean that it's a true yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's important to go deeply and check again and again with the expat, but also with the spouse to be sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's my experience when an expat or the spouse ask for a question, but on matters totally not important matters, I said, okay,
Yeah.
there is
Something else.
something else. Yes. Yeah.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
But it's also important if you feel something more important. I consider I'm not doctor, I'm not a psychologist, so I know my limits.
Exactly, it's same for me. Yeah. And they are very good experts
And
on
yes,
this subject. So.
but I consider that in that case, if I have this feeling, I can just give the information and advise the person to see someone else.
Yeah. It's a good point to say it. Alors, why do you think this human-centered approach should become the norm in global mobility strategies? Why?
Oh, yes, I think yes. Well, because a human-centric approach not only improves the well-being of the expatriates, but also boosts their productivities and their engagement.
Yeah.
So it's really important. And just to add something, it's also reduce the cost associated to the expatriation.
Yeah, exactly. What challenges do you anticipate in making this approach standard across companies, and how can they be addressed?
Well,
we already answered about.
Yes, we will already talk about it, but a main reason to not meet the spouse could be the lack of resources in the mobility team. It's often the case, unfortunately. But again, it's just a few minutes.
Yes.
So I think that it's important to do it when it's possible. Maybe it depends also on the company culture.
Yes.
But
yes, because some companies don't want to meet the spouse. They said it's private life.
It's private life,
so it's
and
really,
we make the difference. Okay, I'm okay with that, but I think that it could be this approach could be integrated in the process,
Yeah.
even if because the cultural in the company could be changed.
Yeah. And really, for me, it shows the spouse that they are important, and I think they need that
Yeah.
because they are not transparent. They are people, so they need to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that in the coming years we will face more and more what we call dual career.
Yeah.
So
We've seen the impact already in Absolutely French. Yeah. More and more people want to have a job
to
here.
have a job and to be recognized, not just as I'm the spouse of Mr. X expatriate within a Y company. No, it's a real human being
And very talented human
and
being.
very talented. Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important to understand that also, that they are human. Alors, preventing expatriation failures. So now we are, from your experience, what are the key warning signs of an expatriation that might not succeed?
First, difficulties of integration in the country. So to avoid this situation, it exists a lot of training we can put in place within Carrefour. We offer an intercultural training for the expat, but also for the spouse, and
which is very important.
it's really important.
Yeah.
And the language.
Yeah, it's key.
It's key. If you don't speak the language of the country where you will live, it's impossible to be integrated correctly. So, in my opinion, it's really important this at least these two training to be prepared.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes. How can mobility professionals and talent acquisition teams, because I think they need, collaborate to prevent these potential failures?
From my experience, I work closely with the talent, not acquisition. We call it talent management team.
Okay.
It's really important because we used to meet the expat, but with a different approach. I have an international mobility approach, and the talent management has a career approach. But it's totally compatible and complementary. So at the end, we, for example, not for example, every month I organize an expat review with the talent management, and we talk about all the expatriate just to see everything, just to see if everything is okay, and also for me to be aware about the potential new mobilities, potential movement, change, promotion, etc. But I share with the talent management team my feeling about the expat, or some aspect that it seems to be important to be known by the talent management team, and well, it's an exchange.
It's very good. So you do it every month. And
Every month,
when did you start that? Because it's very, very interesting.
Oh, be 4 years ago, maybe. Yes, 4 years ago, I think so.
Okay, because it's not very common.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, it's very good.
What I think that sometimes and I'm fighting. It's a little bit strong, but I'm fighting to against that. But I think the international mobility department or team is not the place of the international mobility team is not good in the organization generally. It's the reason why, first of all, if it's not the case in the other company, it's important to have regular meeting with the talent management to be better located in the organization, to have more information about the mobility, to be able to anticipate the mobility, and prepare the return.
Yeah, and prepare the return, which is a big
Big
point.
subject. But at the end, I think that talent management and international mobility could be higher in the organization. I mean that in the art of the decision, when the business takes the decision to expatriate an employee, it could be wonderful if we were talent and mobility in the center of the discussion. Not to say no, it's not possible, it's not a good profile, just to share our sensibility.
Yeah. That's a very good point, I think. It's good, very good. I know we've seen this question. Okay. Best practices for the new mobility policies. Okay, for companies just beginning to establish mobility policies, what tips would you offer to ensure they integrate the needs of expatriates' family?
Well, first of all, make a benchmark, and it's short, not formal interview, but it's possible to establish a Google form, very simple one with 5-6 questions on what they need, what they need, and I did it before the new mobility policy, because I was interested to know what was the need of our expatriates and the family and the spouse, and then when you have this, you did this benchmark or this survey, you analyze the answer, and according to your budget, your resources, etc., you can integrate part or the totality of the suggestions made in the international mobility policy. Within Carrefour, we integrated in the international mobility policy the professional support for the spouse, the language for the spouse is part of our policy, and also the intercultural training. So my advice is to first make a short survey, and then to integrate, when it's possible, the approach, the rules or the benefits in the international mobility policy.
Okay, yeah, good point. Thank you. What common mistakes should companies avoid when designing these programs?
Well, it's avoid to make exception.
Right, but it's very complicated.
It's very complicated because if you said, yes, I'm going to give these benefits for this expat and his family, and if it's not clearly written in the policy, you could create discrepancies between expatriates. You can create differences of treatment, and it's not good.
It's like kids.
Yeah, exactly. But I can understand that it could represent a certain budget, certain amount, and all the company cannot invest this amount. I said invest,
oui,
because
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Invest is better than spend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an investment, but I can advise if it represents too big amount, too big a budget. In that case, you can select just a target population. I don't know, the talent, the high potential. I don't know, according to the policy in the company, and you can decide that this target population specifically will benefit from this type of support as part of the international
so
mobility.
different part.
Normally, expatriates represent the talent of the company, again, because it's a huge investment. So we are waiting for not a feedback, but a payback. It's not very nice to say that, but it's the reality. Business first. So we invest, but we are waiting for a return. And I consider that in that case, we can invest and correctly accompanying the spouse.
I like the term invest. That's really, really, really clever. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Ludivine. So now I'm asking the audience to ask questions. So it's your turn. If you have any question, please share it with us. So we have one question. Alors, from Claire, how can corporate culture impact the success of a people-centered global mobility strategy? And how can it foster inclusivity to support expatriates and their families? Wow, that's a big question.
Big question, yeah. How can corporate centered global strategy? How can it foster?
It's really more about the corporate culture, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe it's really more about privacy or not privacy. Or...
Yeah.
So
I think that
we answer a little bit.
Yeah, but it's important to talk clearly internally about the different subject linked to well, no, it's not my answer. No, in order to it's based on the communication, but step by step. If in your company it's not usual to meet the spouse, I think that through maybe one
start with one,
and you see what happened. If you can show that it was benefit for the expat and the spouse, and at the end benefit for the organization, I think that by the example we can change the culture, but again, step by step.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if I answered to the question, but
I think yes.
Yeah.
What do you think are the long-term benefits for the company in terms of both performance and talent retention? Alors, in time, speaking about investment in time and resources.
For sure.
What do you think are the long-term benefits for the company? I think you answered already.
I've already answered more or less, but
performance and talent retention.
Performance and talent retention for sure, because we talk about it very quickly, but the return is key in the mobility, and I'm sure that we have all issues about the return. We are facing a lot of issues, and it's very complicated. But if again, I imagine, in my mind, the mobility, the expatriation, this period of time is global. I have a systemic view. We have to prepare correctly the departure. mean anticipation, be sure that we have the good person for the good place at the good moment. For sure, it's an investment. Clearly, it is. Then we have to follow up, to organize a follow-up of the expat and his family to be sure that everything is good. So it's the success. It's key for the success of the mobility. And at the end, we have to prepare the return. And in my opinion, if we do this correctly, we are not guarantee 100%, but we are quasi sure that the expat will reintegrate the home company and will stay. So for me, it's this approach. It's contributes to the retention.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I agree. Hello. I think it's the last one because it's already 1:50. Many companies are still developing their global mobility policies. In your opinion, what are the most common mistakes they make in supporting expat family? How could they avoid them? I think we asked it this question.
We answer this question.
Yeah.
But
okay.
It's an interesting subject.
Yes. For the expat family with reducing the risk. Yeah. How can technologies such as artificial intelligence be used to optimize support for expatriates families?
Well, a lot of company of providers develop a system.
We do it too,
and you do it. So it's very good news.
Yes.
And I hope we will have the opportunity to test it. Again, if we anticipate the mobility correctly, we will need this type of tool to allow spouse particularly to prepare the mobility, learning language, even the intercultural training for sure could be done before a little bit before the arrival. What else? What else? But I'm sure that we will use more and more IE technology. But
human is important.
Human is important. Yes.
Yeah, it should be one tool, not the.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the I replace me or or HR in general. I don't think so.
No, I agree with you. Yes, thank you, Ludivine. So we spent 50 minutes with you. The next talk will be on February 7 at 1 p.m. I welcome Emmanuel Malanconi, who will present you an amazing service to help expat spouses and companies be connected and find a job or talent abroad, so in every countries. So the name of the company is Partner Talents, and I'm really proud to have her in February 7th, 1 p.m. So I will be on LinkedIn, and I hope it will work better than today. So Ludivine, thank you so much to be with me. It was amazing.
Thank you, Armel. I think about Emmanuel because I know her in.
Yeah.
I will watch the
next one
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ludivine, for all the tips for everybody. So I hope it was useful for you, and I see you next month. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.